you know, controversies. You know, sometimes you get in controversies, or you do a video and everybody talks about it and everybody goes crazy, like if you said something amazing, where, you know, you I tend to the things I say are things that I've been saying for the last 25 years. So sometimes I don't really realize why there's so much craziness. And as I was talking about things, I realized a few things about two episodes, two stories that I really wanted to share with you. So, you know, I was in Martinique or Guadeloupe. I don't remember which one. I don't really remember. I think this was in 97 or maybe 98. And I was about to release my first album. And so I go to a radio interview. Nothing special. I go to an interview. At that time, I was really known as the dancer and rapper of Jean-Michel Rotin, because I was on tour with him for so long, for 6 months in the West Indies. We were stationed in Guadeloupe, but we were all around between Martinique, Marie-Galante, and also French Guiana. And we spent like a lot of time there. And after that, after the tour, I went to French Guiana to live in Cayenne for a whole year. So as I'm in Cayenne, I'm finishing my album. So my album was it has that very clear hip hop sound, but it had that Caribbean feeling and a lot of Brazilian influences. And so I go to Martinique to do a radio interview, or Guadeloupe, I don't remember. Let's say I go to the West Indies. I'm in the West Indies, the French West Indies, and I'm doing this interview, and we are having a conversation about my upcoming album. And I knew a lot of artists already, you know, back there, and like Leila Chico, like Sonia Dersion, Princess Lover. Like I knew a lot of people out there, because I was in the West Indies between Martinique and Guadeloupe for almost 6 months before going to Guyane for a year. And I'm coming back to start doing promo for the album release. So we're talking about what are you gonna do? What do you think? What is your competition? Blah 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 blah. What do you think? What are you bringing as somebody who's coming more from hip hop and R&B? What are you bringing to the Zouk scene? What are you proposing to the music listeners? And I said something super innocent. I said, I'm bringing something different, because as we are now in 99, 90, 98, 97, all the songs sound the same to me. When I listen to the radio and I listen to what's in the top 20 songs that are playing, yeah, sounds to me like I'm listening to the same song all the time, and they all sound the same. And so at that time we had a term for that. It was Zouk Saucisson. It was like Zouk song that they were all more or less all sounding the same. And I mean, I didn't say this as a diss. I didn't say this as a lack of as disrespect for anybody. I was just saying, yeah, everything sounds a little bit like the same, and I'm trying to bring something different to the game, and hopefully people will enjoy something that sounds a little different, because I will add some different chords. I'm bringing a lot of my R&B influences and a lot of my hip hop influences, and I'm going to do songs in English, songs in Spanish, etc., etc. So, you know, I was just talking, And the radio host was like, whoa, are you saying that? Okay. And me, I didn't really think much of it. We did the interview at 8 a.m. So after the interview, I go back to my hotel and I go to sleep. I go to sleep because I woke up just for the interview. I was tired. I went to the club before. I think I had a show the night before. Super tired. So going to sleep. But I'm sleeping. 10 a.m., 11, 12. Wake up at, I don't know, 1. And I get a call from the reception. They say that my media, the person who was handling all my interviews and who was, taking care of the PR for me, meets me at the reception. And he comes and he's super excited and he's like, "You crazy? What did you do? What have you done?" And I'm like, I was sleeping. What happened? He's like, "No, you can't say this. Well, oh my God, listen. Everybody's talking about it. Look, the media, everybody, all the radio, everybody's shocked. The fans have been calling. Everybody's insulting you. And the media is like, what the fuck?" Listen, that was cancel culture before cancel culture. Apparently, the fact that I said that every Zouk song of that era sounded the same and I was bringing something different, people took it very bad and people were pissed off. And the person who was handling my media was having a lot of requests from radios and even the journal at 8 p.m., like the news at 8. They wanted to invite me to clarify my insulting affirmations about Zouk. How do you dare say that all the songs sound the same? Who do you think you are? You're not even from... And me, I'm like, I just woke up. And I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? I didn't say nothing special. They do sound the same. You cannot say that. Oh. Okay. And me, I'm like, yeah, but I mean, listen, that it was not the point I was making. The point I was making was I'm trying to bring something different, and I'm trying to bring some R&B chords, some gospel chords, some Zouk mixed with hip hop, this, that. I'm just trying to bring my share to the thing. And the fact that I said that the whole top 20 sounds the same was not relevant. But then he shows me a newspaper where that they just printed in the morning, where he says, like, Kaysha bracket, all Zouk sound the same. That's it. Scandal. And everybody's like, who the fuck you think he is? And I'm like, but I didn't say that. Listen, I end up getting invited at RFO, which is Radio France d'Outre-mer. Ouais, Radio. I think it was that. Well, it was a television, right? I think it was Radio France Outre-mer. I'm not sure if it was exactly the acronym, but so I end up being invited in the main, in the journal at 8 p.m. to come and explain myself and explain how would I dare say that all Zouk songs sound the same. And me, I don't even understand what's going on. I didn't say nothing special for me. I just say the facts. But okay, I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. What time we have to go there? Yeah, we have to be at 7:30. So I go there. I arrive there. People are like, the guy of the day. Oh my God, that's quite a statement that you did this morning at the radio. And I'm like, quite a statement? I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, I didn't say nothing special. Anyway, so the news starts. So they talk about the news, etc., etc. And after around, I think 20 minutes, they say, and now we have four special guests to talk about the state of the zouk industry and zouk music. And we have this guy who's the pianist of whatever, whatever. This guy who is the this guy who's a singer that is very like well known out there in the West Indies, and this person who's also a specialist of zouk. Da, 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 da. So Kaysha said this morning that all the zouk songs sound the same. What is your opinion? And I hear those three guys that I didn't know. I knew one of them, and I actually respected him. A great musician. I forgot who he was. And then the two others, I didn't know them. And now I'm in the middle of a debate and I hear those three people giving their opinion and explaining to me that I'm a guest in the culture. I'm a guest in the culture, and I shouldn't be here saying those assumptions because our music is rich and da da da, and we have a story ranging from ba 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 ba, and then the other one comes and say, I don't even know who this person thinks he is, because come on, you come here, we invite you in our radio stations and blah blah blah, and I'm like, this is starting to be strange. Like, those guys are attacking me, and you come here to our country, and I'm like, I'm a French resident. At that time I was not French yet, but I was a French resident, so I was in my country too. And they're like, no, you come here in our country, and you have disrespectful words about our culture and da 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 da. I think you should be very careful, young man, about the things you say, blah blah blah. And me, I'm like, respectful? Okay. And then they asked the third person, who was a pianist, and they asked the pianist what was his opinion about they asked the pianist what was his opinion. And imagine, we were all talking in French, right? The pianist starts talking only in Creole, because he wanted to show me, here is the West Indies, and here, you're not gonna come here and disrespect our music, and I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna talk about you in Creole. So the guy starts, moun kavi pays là, jouer musique là, moun vin manquer de respect. And me, I'm like, okay, he's speaking Creole, but sadly for him, I've been on tour for a whole year, and I'm very good at languages. So everything he's saying in Creole, and I've been actually having a lot of girlfriends that speak Creole as well at that time. So I understand everything he's saying. And the guy is really explaining that, listen, we shouldn't let those African people, they come here and they think Merci beaucoup, Emmanuel Etienne. Merci beaucoup pour le super chat. Merci beaucoup pour les $30 canadiens. Merci beaucoup. And hey, Noah, c'est la fille de Lil Maro. That's Lil Maro's daughter. So, listen. What's good, Noah? Listen, it's the same thing. So, this guy has a whole explanation in 2-3 minutes where he explained in Creole. I don't. My Creole is really rusty, so I cannot really retell what he said. And that was like 24 years ago, 25 years ago. So he's explaining that, listen, you a guest in this culture. You an African. You come here. You come do your little music, and because you are the dancer of Jean-Michel Rotin and you having a little success, yeah, you think can come here and disrespect our music. I don't agree with that. We have an amazing music, we rich, we our culture, blah 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 blah. I start telling all these things, and I'm like, so now the presenter turns to me and he's like, so Mr. Kaysha, what do you have to respond to these people and the millions of fans who have been deceived, who have been saddened by the words? You understand, words have power, and you have to be responsible for the things you say. And I'm like, wait. All right. Do we have the top 10, the top 20? Do we have the top 20 of the songs that are the most popular here? And they like, so they ask the behind. So what happened is they merci. So they pull up, on the screen, they put the top 20 of the most popular songs that are working in Guadeloupe and Martinique and Guyane. So I'm like, okay, this is the top 20. Okay, let's go. So I asked the guy who speaks only in Creole and who was super, I asked the guy who was talking only in Creole and was pretending to not speak French. Okay, I say, so you a musician, you a pianist, so I think you understand the chords and you can tell me the chord progressions of a song, right? He's like, yeah, of course. Si, moins pe. Okay, good. He continues speaking in Creole to me, but I'm like, okay, cool, okay. So on the top, I see the first song is this song by Leila Chico. It's a good friend of mine. So the song is called En Secret. So the chord progression is na 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 na. So can you tell me what is the chord progression? And the guy tells me. So I'm making this up. Huh? He tells me it's C G F dièse. I'm like, okay. Let's go to the second song on the thing. This is Naturel by Sonadersion. So, Naturel. Can you tell me the chord progression? Is like C, G, F dièse. I'm like, okay. Let's see. The third song is this song by a good friend of mine too. Okay. What is the chord progression? Is like it's this the chord progression of the song, and is like C, G, F dièse. I'm like, okay. And if you guys listen to the song, you will realize the guitars are all played the same, more or less. So, okay. So let's skip number 4. Let's go. Look, listen, I tell the presenter of the show, pick a track. Pick any track. I don't know. Choose one. Okay, track number 14. I say, okay, this track by Princess Lover, or I'm making the names up. I don't remember which word. I said this track by Princess Lover. I think it's. I'm like, what is the chord progression? It's like, oh, this one is a D, F, G sharp. I'm like, okay, this is the same as the other ones, but just one semitone up, right? Because so since you are playing a pianist and you wanna talk to me strange, I'm gonna show you that I understand chord progressions, and I'm gonna talk to you in technical terms. So I'm like, okay, this is one semitone up exactly, but it's the same progression, right? And he's like, all of a sudden, Mister who only speak Creole reply in French. Oui, oui, bon, c'est vrai que effectivement, it is true that bon, yes, bon, but and say, okay, listen, let me pick anything. Let me go. Okay, 29th of the top. This song, the chord progression, what it is? C G F F sharp. I said, okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question now. How am I saying the sky is blue and everybody is pissed because I said the sky is blue? That's all I said. I said right now in the radio. I didn't say Zouk in general. I didn't say the song from Les Aiglons, the song from this, the early Kassav songs, whatever. I'm saying right now in 1997, everything that is on the top 20 of the radio sounds the same. It's the same chord progression, and everybody is kind of lazy because it works. And I'm trying to bring something else to the table. I didn't say it's shit. Most of these people who are in that top 20, a bunch of them are my friends. We perform together. I actually work with them in their albums. I produce for them. I'm just saying that I'm trying to bring something different. That's all I said. So, from track 1 to track 20, we have the same progression everywhere. What I said this morning is everything sound the same. Does everything sound the same? Everything is the same chord progression? Listen, I don't know if you ever heard a 20-second silence in TV. This is long as fuck. Everybody stayed silent for 20 seconds. Presenter, those 3 people who were very vehement 5 minutes before, everybody was like, and then everybody starts, no, but you understand some things. I said, I don't understand. And I don't understand why everybody's acting like if I'm disrespectful when I'm just saying the sky is blue. Is the sky blue? Yes. So why are you pissed off? What did I say special? I didn't say nothing special. I just said I'm here to propose something else. That's it. And I didn't say everything sounds the same, it's shit, because I understand the rules of commerce. I understand that radio will play stuff that sound more like whatever. I understand all that. But still, because it is very uniform, and I think as a musician, it's great to propose something different. That's what I'm going to do. And explain to me now, what did I say that got me canceled in the West Indies, and that had the journals say that I'm this and I'm that, headlines like the whole day people were calling me saying, are you crazy, da 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 da. I want to say, did I lie? So I asked first person who talked. It was okay, but I said, did I lie? And he's like, no, ou pas menti. Okay. Second person, did I lie? No. You who only speak Creole. Did I lie? Oh, he speaks French now. Non, mais effectivement, c'est vrai que oui, vu comme ça, c'est vrai que oui, ce que tu as dit, je comprends maintenant où tu voulais en venir, effectivement. Bon, oui, je dois dire que oui. And I look at the presenter. And the presenter, you know what he did? He said, okay, thank you for coming. Next subject. Because there was no controversy. They changed subject. They removed camera from me. They already went to the next thing. So we start talking about some festival, whatever. And they say, thanks to all our guests. And boom. People arrived, removed the microphones from us. And now we were backstage. And these guys, those 3 guys were like, yeah, respect. Listen, actually we especially the guy who was the most aggressive, he said, I actually enjoy your work, I enjoy your production, and what you are trying to do is honorable. And yeah, listen, yeah, sometimes people say things, it stings, but I mean, what you say is true. Like, there's nothing to say, and it's great that you're gonna bring something else. And listen, if you need, actually, I love R&B, I love this, I love that, and hey, if I could play some chords on your album, it would be an honor. And I'm like, motherfucker, you were like explaining to me that I was an African and I should shut my mouth like 5 minutes ago. But you know how it is, politics.